Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days and welcome to today's unseen video. I want to try and get this done today because we haven't done one for a few days, and that's because I'm just drowning in Nightbird thoughts and theories, and honestly it's so hard to find anything that's not that at the moment, but we do keep finding little bits. I do keep adding them to the folders, so I want to get this video done so that we can clean it all out the way, go into next week with fresh eyes, a fresh beginning, right? So I'm really looking forward to going through the folders because honestly I just don't even know what's in them. I've just been adding stuff as I've been seeing it, so let's have a look. This should be an interesting episode. Even I don't know what to expect, but what I know is that we're going to start with Nightbirds. It's coming through all the time. It's like a tap that's just constantly running, right? So I feel like every video I do, I can update and share latest thoughts and latest theories with you because it's just constantly coming through. So here, look at this. I mean, wow, the man they call Devin said, these are the recent pictures of Dexter Lumis. He has a new look, seemingly to have longer hair and a new beard. I can see him there. If you take the beard away, you can like see that that's Dexter Lumis. I don't even see it here, to be honest. That feels like a different person. I believe it's the same person. But it's crazy how a backwards cap, longer hair, a bit of a beard just changes someone's appearance so drastically. What I would say is worth knowing, but this might not be what we actually see when the group arrive because, of course, he can have a haircut and a shave at any time. And, like, he can get back to what he was at any time. He's been off TV for so long, and he's probably known about these plans for so long. His appearance is probably something he's not too worried about at this stage. So, interesting. Are we going to see this Dexter Lumis, or will he have a haircut and a shave, and we get back to the Lumis that we know, you know, the one that we were introduced to? So something to be aware of there. So the man they call Devin, shout out to you. Shout out to The Ring as well. I really like this because this is actually a theory that we've touched on before, but not during Nightbirds. And I think I'm really guilty of taking a few things for granted because obviously we've been doing live streams and we've been doing this channel since 2016. That means we've had a lot of conversations. We've shared a lot of thoughts and a lot of theories. And so I see some stuff which I'm obviously already aware of, and we maybe don't talk about it as a result. This is a good example. This is a theory that we've spoke about before during White Rabbit, right? Because obviously when we heard about the Riott 6, and the Riott 6 has been around for a while now, it hasn't just appeared as a result of Nightbird. You go back to White Rabbit and even a little bit before that. And I remember that this was a theory that did the rounds, but nothing but respect to The Ring because they found this of their own accords. Again, they've gone out, they've dug deep, they've gone, oh my God, and they found this again, right? So I still love it, but I am guilty of sometimes, I suppose, overlooking some of the stuff that we've spoke about in the past. But the theory here is look at the Fireflies, how many there are on the Funhouse logo. Six Fireflies for the Riott 6, which is just really, really cool. Really cool that it was 6 that was there all along. So it does make me think, do we need to, and it would be a nightmare if I'm going to be honest with you, trying to go back through all the old Funhouse theory videos, all the White Rabbit theory videos, all the Nightbird theory videos, and do like a mega video where we just talk about everything and we try and touch on everything in one video. I mean, that thing could easily be 3 hours, and I'm not even exaggerating. If you think of how many videos we've done just on Nightbird, you know. But it does make me kind of ponder stuff like that, but no plans for that at the moment, right? But The Ring, shout out to you. Right, RDM Software said, I've been enjoying the videos. I've never met Wyndham, but I did used to work with his grandmother, Betty, back in the day. Amazing. She was a very sweet lady. I feel like all of us are getting too caught up in the details and we're missing the big picture, right? So let's go full screen on this because I've got the next part. So he was always an idea guy. I think a very important part of this is the biblical references that everyone is missing. When he was the Fiend, there was a set of praying hands on his costume, which signified his beliefs. If you go back and listen to the vignettes again, there are biblical references everywhere. Even the hurt and heel gloves that he would put up to his head when he went up the stairs. Why? Because he was trying to tell us that we shouldn't be looking outside to see good and evil. The struggle is within ourselves. I really like that because I think that is true, right? I think that is true. I think that clearly there was a struggle within Bray. We know that Bray had many different personas that were within him. And I think there was this kind of conflict in there. So I like that a lot. Why Fiend and Friend are so close in spelling? Because we are both. I believe this continued iteration of his work will bear that out. He, she has no body. He, she is all of us. So I suppose for me, it's I really like that. Obviously, I wouldn't include anything here if I didn't like it. I suppose it's hard to know like what that means for us going forwards. I think that biblical references are definitely worth looking at, but I do have a bit of a problem with them as well, if I'm going to be brutally honest, because I think it's a little bit like the angel numbers. If you look for an angel number, I don't think it matters what the number is. I think you can always find something that fits, because angel numbers, just like horoscopes, just like Bible references, their themes are quite sweeping. Their themes are quite wide. And I feel like you can normally find something in there that satisfies. You can normally find something that fits, because like a horoscope, it's very general, right? I think for me to get really excited about a Bible reference or an angel number or a horoscope, right, it needs to be something that's really like undeniable, really specific, like a proper OMG moment. So I get sent Bible references, I get sent angel numbers, and I'm never quite sold on them. I agree with you that Bible references have been dotted throughout all Bray's, career, so I definitely think there's something to it. I'm not arguing the theory. I'm just saying that I don't know. It's hard to know exactly what's being communicated sometimes, because those are so general that it's hard to really pin it down as to what the message is meant to be. So, yeah, going forward, I would say Bible references are definitely something to have a look at, but I also think there's something that we shouldn't get too focused and carried away with, because their themes are so general. Right, good. Right, then we got this. So this is Gina Possin, who says veiled door, right? So obviously this scrambled word, veiled door, is one of the interpretations. Well, apparently there's a book of poetry from 1929. Here's some of the poems. So I wonder if I can make this bigger a little bit if I go full screen. So it says, I envied once a bird's red wing, the hidden, flashing, flaming thing, and through my life with vibrant ring, the soul of me began to sing. So that is the poem, The Red Wing. Over here we've got The Call. A robin calls, come sweet my mate, believing she will hear, within the trees' new leafy green, a fluttering bit of joy unseen. She answers low and clear, a few sweet notes, and one who hears turns sobbingly away, her heart a wild, awakened thing of poignant pain for robins sing, the meaning of the May. I mean, what I would say about those is they're I'm not brilliant with poetry, but I think that there are definitely key words and things in there that catch the ear. You know, red being mentioned, for example, is something that will definitely catch people's ear. And I think like things to do with birds will catch people's ear. So I think it's interesting. I think it's definitely something that can be explored further, but I suppose it goes back to what I said about the Bible references and everything. It's hard to pin down exactly what the message that we're meant to take away from this is. So could it be connected with this? Sure. Probably needs a bit more investigation work, but what's the message that we're meant to be taking away? Right, let's move on because we're running out of time. Paul says, I just watched the therapy video to see if I could see anything that we've not mentioned. There are 6 colors of books on the bookcase, 5 on the left and 1 in the mirror reflection. 5 and 1 in that URL. Also, I am all of us. Is that why the handwriting changes on notes? So the theory here, I'm guessing, is the patient is actually someone that's got different personas within them. Maybe those different personas have different handwriting styles. Perhaps this is shown with the 5 colors being reflected in the mirror to just 1 color. I think that's interesting. I think there's definitely something there for us to mull over. Ethan said, I wonder if the figure in the static is the Fiend from the Misfits. And that's interesting, isn't it? Because it definitely feels like a skull with like some kind of a robe or hood kind of over it. So I really like that. Right, here we've got Berkowitz. Craig said, the band Primus have got a song, My Name is Mud, which is actually a tweet that Joe Gacy sent out before, right? This is the meaning of the word Primus. So I believe it means a couple of things. One of them, I think, is the first. And I think another one is something to do with, like, Scottish priests. And it's got to do with religion again. And it's all to do with... Let's move over and let me give you the exact wording. So the presiding bishop of the Scottish, whatever that word is, church, elected by the bishops from among their number. So, again, not sure what the message is that were meant to be taken away from that, apart from this is the presiding bishop, right? So is Joe Gacy an authority figure within this group? Is that what the message is that were meant to be taken away? Again, it is difficult to know sometimes what the message is meant to be behind some of this. But I think what's really interesting, what I will say is, if you look at Joe Gacy's recent tweets, they all seem to be songs. They all seem to be songs. So is there a thread that connects them all? Is there a theme that connects them all? That would be something that I think would be worth looking into. Here we've got Nathan who says, what if the woman in white isn't a bride? Oh, I like this. And is in fact a Catholic lay's sister or something of the kind. Typically, Catholic lay's sisters wear all white and often with a white veil. Never knew this. Which could be what Sister Abigail truly is. A Catholic sister. This could make sense with the recent veil druid theory. Possibly meaning a cross or a crucifix that has to be covered. It's also worth pointing out that the translation of rude in Dutch English is red, which we often refer to Bray Wyatt as being the colour red in a world of black and white. Love that. Absolutely love that. What if it's not a bride? What if it is actually, again, going back to religion, it's a Catholic lay's sister, and actually we're seeing the new Sister Abigail, if you will. We're seeing now someone that's going to portray not Sister Abigail, but maybe a new incarnation, a new version. Like, I think that is really interesting. We've always referred to that woman as the bride. What if she isn't a bride? Love it. Here, Mr. Rage Bomb said, I was rewatching the live stream. Within the first 3 minutes of the video, this happened. I had to half speed the video, but I think we almost got a reveal. Now, what I would say is that a lot of these interruptions have actually been found as being images from previous Wyatt family videos or Firefly Fun House videos. So I don't know if we can get too excited because we have gone back and found those. I don't think anyone's found this, but I'm just prepared for someone to go back and go, yeah, it's actually this picture, but just distorted, right? But yeah, this could also be a bit of a glimpse as to what's to come. Someone seemingly wearing a mask. Could this be a glimpse of what's to come? There was another theory I saw, which someone said, is this actually what the therapist is seeing? If you unblurred this, is this a glimpse of what the therapist is looking at? Could this be, say, Bo wearing an Uncle Howdy mask, and he's actually sat in the room, right? I didn't mind that theory. The perspective of the room of this picture didn't quite look right to me. Like, I feel like I can see a wall, and I feel like I can see a bit of a wall, and they seem to be in a bit of a square room, and the perspective of that room doesn't feel quite like that to me. Like, I don't know where the bookcase is. It feels quite narrow. Like, I don't know where the bookcase would be, and it feels like there's a window with the light that's kind of coming through, but I can't see a window unless their head's blocking it. So I'm not sure that this is what the therapist is looking at, but these are the kind of thoughts around this image, right? But like that, yeah, could it be that that this is going to be part of the reveal? I really like this as well. Look, so from the Bray Wyatt documentary, and I don't know why I haven't thought about going back to the Bray documentary to see if there was anything now that really catches our attention. Think of all the stuff that's happened since that documentary. If we go back to the documentary, is there anything there that we go, oh my God? Because here, Need T20 has gone, well, there's that picture, right, that was kind of messed with. There's, we think, Bray when he was young. And then this, which could just be the face of, say, Bo once he then puts the Howdy mask on top, right? Could be that. But is this the darkened eyes connected to this? The darkened eyes there, like, connected to this? Like, it's... How do these connect at all? It's hard, isn't it? I mean, they've shown us this, I feel, for a reason. This is clearly the big reveal that's come in. And that's been found in the documentary. So, again, something to be aware of. And then we've got this. This is our last one for Nightbird. So, the Bludgeon Brothers were Harper and Rowan. Could Harper's mask be something similar to the creature monster that we've seen? And people that have speculated on this a lot. I think we've spoke about it. I wanted to make sure we definitely did, which is why I included it here. But this here is what people are saying feels like this here. A different version, if you will. But that and that. And so people are saying, is this the Uncle Harper tribute? Because we know when Uncle Howdy arrived, WWE actually trademarked Uncle Howdy and Uncle Harper. And we didn't know if we were going to get Uncle Harper as a separate character. There was a theory that actually they were trying to decide, are we going to call it Uncle Howdy or are we going to call it Uncle Harper? And they went with Uncle Howdy. So there was a theory that they weren't going to use both names. But that was just a theory. That was just a thought. There was nothing to that. They absolutely could now be building towards the reveal of Uncle Harper. So, yeah, I really like that. And I wanted to make sure that we included that. So, Eric, shout out to you. And for those of you that are not fans of Nightbird, you will be pleased to know that that is everything I've got for Nightbird. We can move on to some other conversations now, right? Oh my God, there's a bit in here. So this is going back like to the 16th. This is like 4 days ago now. But as announced by Cyberfighter Noah, the alliance with WWE is strengthened. What does this mean? Now, I've not seen anything further on this, but apparently Noah really are looking to work with WWE, and we know that WWE are interested in working closer with companies. Marigold, for example, is a company with Rossi Ogawa, who they seem to be buttering up. He was at WrestleMania, as was Julia. So Noah is definitely something they would be interested in. Doesn't mean that loads of people are coming over. We're going to be doing a Forbidden Door type show. It just means we could send people over there. You know, we could send Charlie Dempsey over there, and we could send the odd main roster star, and maybe send the odd person over from Noah to do some stuff in NXT, right? And I kind of think that could be an interesting relationship. So just something to be aware of, but haven't seen anything further since Logan tagged me in this. Mattel, shout out to you. WWE Raw Superstar provides injury update amongst Queen of the Ring 2024. So I think this was to do with Asuka, if my memory serves me correct. So Asuka picked up an injury. She's got a knock. We've obviously not been seeing her on TV for a while, and she's dealing with an injury. That's why she's not been around. So I don't know when we're expecting her to return. Again, Nightbird has just kind of clogged everything up. I've just not been seeing any updates. But we know that she's dealing with injury. We know that she's been out for, a good few weeks now. We just haven't been seeing her. But we expect that she will return, obviously, eventually. We don't expect it to be like a career-ender injury or anything. We don't expect her to be out indefinitely. But just don't know when we're going to see Asuka again. Right, Natalya's WWE deal is set to expire in the next few weeks. Natty is set to be a free agent in the next few weeks. Again, haven't seen an update. I'm not too worried about it. I think WWE will definitely look to keep her. She's someone that's, a great trainer. You could totally see her working NXT and bringing the women through. That could absolutely be a role for her if she wants to do that role in the future. But I can't see them parting ways. Right, Ivar is heartbroken because obviously Gallus at the end of NXT took out, I think there was Ivar, there was Wesley, I think Josh Briggs as well, and Gallus returned, and Ivar here tweeting out with a broken heart emoji. There was lots of talk about Ivar, and obviously Dave Meltzer said that Ivar was not really injured, but apparently there is an injury. I think we've got another comment from Ivar in a bit. So AJ the Best, shout out to you. Shakeem, shout out to you. CW has confirmed that NXT is gonna stay on a Tuesday, which is good to know. We didn't know what was happening with it, but we know that it's gonna stay on a Tuesday. Mattel, shout out to you. So apparently Gunther still interested in facing Brock. He said, I don't know, I'm not informed about the current situation, but he says, I always saw Brock as my end boss, my final boss. That's what I've been working towards, that match. So I would still be very interested in it. But he did also say, I'm just not informed with what he's kind of going through at the moment. So I thought that was a perfectly fine answer. I'm sure there was probably some criticism, but he did say, I don't know what's happening. But all I can tell you is that's a match that I've spent a large part of my career working towards. Right, here we go. So Courtaholic said, Ivar's injury is not legit. He has just been given time off. That from Wrestling Observer. So here's Maurice saying, so that's why Gallus took Ivar out. Right, so here Wrestling Observer say it's not legit. Here's Ivar. There has been a lot of misinformation floating around about me. Let me clarify. Yes, I am injured. Yes, it is very serious. No, I have not had surgery. I'm still trying to figure out all the options and what it means for my future. Right? So it says continued, actually, and I haven't seen the rest. He said, with that being said, let's go full screen. With that being said, I want to thank everyone for the outpouring of love and support, not only after finding out I was injured, but throughout the last several months. I have heard you all. No matter what happens, I owe it to everyone who ever believed in me to do everything I can to get back in that ring, under those lights, and in front of the most amazing fans on the planet. See your ass soon as I can. So there we go. He's making it known that misinformation. He is injured. So I saw a lot of dragging of Dave Meltzer a few days ago over this. Again, haven't seen the latest situation. I don't know what Dave said on it, but this is the most important thing for us to focus on. Yes, he's injured. Yes, it's serious. No, he hasn't had surgery. He's trying to figure out what he should do next. Okay, WrestleVote said SmackDown from Jacksonville. Tiffany Bianca is on. Yep. Logan gets his match against Cody, but it'll be for the WWE title only. Yep. And Orton vows war against the Bloodline. Yep. This is why WrestleVotes is such a trusted source. They're a bit too good, actually, because that got tweeted out before the show. And, you know, all of it came through. And it's kind of, they have been accused of, like, spoiling stuff before. I think this isn't too bad, to be perfectly honest with you. You know, they're basically saying, look, this match is going to happen, but they didn't reveal the winner. They did reveal the twist about Logan not wanting his title on the line. And the show ends with Orton vowing war against the Bloodline. So I don't know that we can say that that spoiled the main event. There was obviously lots of ways that we could have got to that. But yeah, like, they are very, very good. They are very trusted. They're just, as we said, sometimes a bit too good. Right, Brooks Jensen said, they're not going to let me in the building. Whatever, their loss. We are going to look at this, and I think there's Brooks Jensen posts dotted throughout this video, because he's been, like, tweeting quite a bit, and he's drinking hard. We spoke about it before, but he's drinking hard, and it seems like he wasn't even let into SmackDown, probably because he's been having a few too many drinks. So I don't know what we're doing here. I don't know what this story is. I don't know if we're going with, like, an alcoholic angle, which seems a bit crazy, but something to keep an eye on. Okay, Karrion says, of course I could. I see him. So here the question was, almost everyone you face eventually turns. Could you be the one that makes this guy do it? So I don't know what that's in relation to. What's that in relation to? As a little kid, I always wanted to grow up to be a Hulkamaniac. I thought Zeus from No Holds Barred was awesome. Sid Justice, Macho Man, Vader, Undertaker, all of those guys won me over. Battering the Immortal one. Better yet, who would you like to see me face now? So, I'm guessing this is about Cena then, is it? Could you be the one that makes this guy do it? Turn Cena. There was nothing in what Karrion originally said there that gave a clue. He was talking about Hogan. So I'm guessing this person is talking about Cena. Karrion said, of course I could. I see him. So I must admit, when I saw him, I thought there was a little hint at Carmelo Hayes. But again, I think he's just talking about John Cena. So yeah, okay, interesting. I don't know that we're going to get that. It's probably just social media chatter, to be honest. I don't know that that's really going to go anywhere. Radio 48, shout out to you. Okay, here's Ricky Starks. He said, I was there to see Jade have her WrestleMania match, and I was so floored. Me and Jade were training so hard months prior to all of that. No one knows that. It's cool because I'm invested as a person outside of wrestling to see these people succeed in what they're working towards, and they would do the same for me. So it was great to be there and to share that with everybody in the box. Here's Ava saying, apparently this is a bigger issue than I thought, right? So Wesley said, Joe Coffey attacking me must have had a purpose. Just because I'm focused on my North American title doesn't mean I won't knock you across your thick skull. What are the chances you can add him to next week? So let's listen at what Josh Briggs has got to say.
Ava, it's Briggs. We need to talk about what happened. if you aren't going to do something about Gallus, I will. They attacked me, and I want my pound of flesh back. You know I'm not letting this slide, so do us both a favor and put Joe Coffey in the damn triple threat match.
So it seems like we're using this as a storyline to write off Ivar, and it looks like we're trying to get Coffey into the match instead, which I'd imagine we will end up doing. So Coffey with Wesley and Josh Briggs battling to see who's going to go on to face Obafemi. So that's a little development from NXT. And another development here, look, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, which one? And again, all these bottles of alcohol. So again, I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't know why we're doing this with him, but it's getting a bit of attention. So I'd say that it's, you know, it's worth keeping an eye on. I don't know, I'm a bit worried about it. I don't know about alcoholic kind of angle, but we'll see where it goes. And then we got this, look, Wrestle Talk 10 hours ago. WWE Women's Champion Bayley has once again called for a second WWE Evolution pay-per-view following the Queen of the Ring tournament. Is it time? So Bayley wants Evolution too. And maybe it is time. The only thing I would say is that first one apparently didn't do very well in regards to pay-per-view buys and actual views. Apparently it was a pretty poor performing premium live event, all things considered, but I don't think they promoted it very well, and it definitely felt like an afterthought. It felt quite small, and yeah, I mean, I don't think they really put the full machine behind it, you know. So I'm definitely down for a second one, and it'd be very interesting to see how that would be received in 2024, 2025. So yeah, let's see. Right, Miss Clown said this could be interesting. There's a new line. McFarlane Toys are going to start making UFC figures. I wanted to include this because there's been a few UFC figures in the past, but they've never really caught on. That fan base is a different fan base to WWE, but it looks like they're going to give it another crack with McFarlane Toys. So UFC figures could be on the way. I really don't know what the right way forward is with this. I think, like, you need to get a good range out. You need to get an octagon out. I think that you want to get, like, you know, your big characters, your big names. I don't know. It's difficult. I mean, I feel like if you make them super expensive, people aren't going to buy them in volume, right? But then if you make them cheap, is there enough people that will buy them that will make this worthwhile, you know? It's a real tricky one, this. Real tricky one. And then this as well. So Jordan tagged me in this. Air Jordan 12 Bloodline releasing on January 2025. Now, I don't know if this has got anything to do with the Bloodline or Roman or whatever. Sneaker fans will be able to tell me, but I know that I've seen Roman wearing things like this. So, and I'm sure they did send him some stuff, right? So it really would not surprise me if this was Roman inspired. That really would not surprise me in the slightest. So Bloodline Air Jordan 12s coming in January. So something to be aware of. Right, let's go into fun. I think we've got a few bits in here. Yeah. So I knew that this felt familiar. So it's that bit where it's like, yeah. I don't know if we've got... oh, it's the Tatanka thing. So he's put the Tatanka music over the top, which is very, very good. Obviously, we have to be a bit careful with copyright there. But this was an absolute meme. Everyone was making fun out of this moment. Right, yeah, this is from Dakota's live stream, right? Look at this.
So loud, but it was so cool. We love loud crowds like that. And then we came back and did Raw in Connecticut.
I don't know if you can hear it. She's a bit quiet. She said, it was so cool. We love loud crowds like that. And then we came back and did Raw in Connecticut. So she's talking about France, saying how cool it was. And then they came back to quite a quiet Raw crowd. So she's throwing a little bit of shade there, but in a fun way. So Alex, shout out to you. Drew said, I thought we agreed to not feed Tama after 8 p.m. So very good. A little bit of a Gremlins reference there by Drew. Hulk Hogan and Big Show reunited to make maybe the worst movie I've ever seen. A direct-to-DVD family comedy called Little Hercules in 3D, right? Now presenting the best of Little Hercules in 3D. This from 2009. I've never seen this. I didn't know about this. I've never even heard about this. But apparently this is Little Hercules. Look at the effects, man. This thing is garbage. How did they agree to sign up to this? How did they agree to sign up to this? I think it's probably meant to be cringe. I mean, it is a family comedy. So I'm guessing that it's meant to be a bit awful looking. It's definitely... Look at this. What the flip? It's definitely achieved it. It's definitely achieved it. I wonder if it's a bit like Scary Movie, Aeroplane kind of vibes, you know? But, yeah, this is wild. Wild. Look, there's that Comrade going, what? Right, Chelsea said, I fixed it for you. So there was Bayley posing with Damian Priest. And here's Chelsea. She's put her face over the top. So there we go. She wants that championship. Inside Ryback's head. So again, using that. It really did become a meme. And then we've got this look. So this is great. This is Chelsea. She says that she can't wait to face Bayley for the championship. That match is coming up. And she's really excited. And Piper's like, no, I don't think. And she's like, I know. You don't think it's right that someone as fabulous as me should be made to fight for a championship? And Piper's like, no. I don't think it's for the title. And Chelsea goes, oh, it's for a championship. Yeah. She's like, no, I don't think it's on the line. I don't think the championship's up for grabs. And Chelsea was like shocked. And Piper was like, but it's okay. If you still win, then you'll get a shot further down the road. And that seemed to be okay. But there was a lovely little, she's so good in these moments, Chelsea. So good. So if you get a chance to watch this SmackDown Lowdown, definitely worth a watch. And you can see Chelsea saying, Nick Aldis, we need to speak, right? Because she's not getting the opportunity she thought she was getting. And she calls Bayley Slumdog Bayley. Bayley responds, what's a slumdog? So there we go. Fun little backstage moment involving Chelsea and Piper. Right, let's go down. I don't know how much is in other. I'd imagine there's a fair bit here. Look at this, going back to May 15th. This is why we need to clean all of this up, get reset again. So Ricky Stark said, to clarify, he never got injured and he doesn't know why he's not on AEW TV. Now, I'm not going to bother reading through all this, but obviously there's a lot of people thinking that this is going to lead to him leaving AEW. There's a bit of a falling out here. And could it lead to him leaving and going to WWE? People believe that WWE would be interested. He's really good friends with Cody. So, don't know. You heard him talking earlier about working with Jade. Definitely feels like he's heading in that direction. It's just, when is he going to actually make that move? I fully expect to see Ricky Starks in WWE at some point. Right, this was awesome. Again, we won't play it, but you can find it. It's The Bump, and it is Montez just going off, man. He cuts a great promo. He's talking about how these young lions are coming in, thinking that they're going to just, own the place. And he's talking about, what do you think the pride is all about? No one is hungrier than myself and Dawkins and Bobby. Like, these young lions, they need to understand. And he just keeps going off, man. And Megan and Sam are just sat there as he's just going. And Megan said, I'm still shook So really good promo from Montez from this week's bump. Love to see more of that coming across somehow on the show or even on social media. I don't think someone as good as Montez is getting enough time to talk. So yeah, really good, really good. Right, Randy has named his favourite RKO. He points out some of the ones he loves, but he says, my return, I would say at War Games at Survivor Series, I RKO'd JD McDonough off the top of the cage. I've never done that before, so I'm going to go with that one. So here's one to JD McDonough from Survivor Series. That is currently his favourite RKO. Throwback picture here, Maurice. Shout out to you. Natalya saying to R-Truth, calling him a friend for life. A throwback image there, which is really, really cool. Look at this. Rey Mysterio unmasked. We're seeing a lot more of this now. I don't know if this is an indicator that he's getting towards the end of his career. And so maybe now he's not feeling like it's as big of a thing anymore. I don't know. You would not have seen him like take the mask off and show his face as often as what he is. I mean, here, the other day at the hotel when he got into an argument with Austin Theory, he didn't have his mask on and people were filming. He knew he was being filmed. He could have had that conversation in private. He chose to have it in public. And of course, on his daughter's TikTok as well, he didn't have a mask on. So we're seeing a lot more now of Rey without the mask. But still something which definitely grabs people's attention. Right, here, Brian Gerwitz claims that The Rock isn't holding the WrestleMania 40 documentary hostage. So, you know, apparently people have said that we're waiting for The Rock to sign off on that documentary. Once it's been signed off, then we can see it, right? Behind the curtain WrestleMania 40. Well, Brian Gerwitz is saying that it's got nothing to do with The Rock. It's not The Rock that's holding it up. Don't know what's holding it up then, but Brian Gerwitz, who is The Rock's personal writer, says it's not that. Right, Jordan again, thank you. Ringside News said, is Paul Walter Hauser a good fit to portray Mick Foley? So Paul Walter Hauser is in negotiations to play Mick Foley in an upcoming film or series. I don't really mind. I don't really know this person, to be honest, but I am pretty excited that there's something to do with Mick Foley in the works that's either a film or a series. That's worth knowing about. So pretty excited for that. Here was Chelsea. She said she was proud to represent WWE and partner with the Uso, not Jey. Today we visited the Mayport Naval Base. So this is her as she's arrived, looking fabulous, of course. And she was there, and yeah, she seemed to be really proud to be a part of this. And I think they did end up showing like a clip during SmackDown. Yeah, this got people talking. So, Coach Code, thank you. Here we can see the updated bio. Father of 3. He's only got 2 kids. So once he changed this to 3, that really got people talking. And I don't quite know why he's done it. I am interested as to why it seems to be 2 boys and a girl. So, I don't know. Is he joking that he's the father of Bianca? I don't know. I don't really get it. Maybe it'll turn out that Bianca is pregnant, but then I don't know if she would have been allowed to have wrestled the other night. I don't know the answer to that. So, this definitely got people talking. But, of course, we did see Bianca, and she did win as well. So, she's through to the next round. WWE has filed a trademark for WWE Vault. Oh my God. I don't know what that is, but I am so excited. Anything that's opening the Vault, anything that's going to show us footage that we've not seen from the past, or anything that we've not had that's connected to the past. Oh my God. I don't know what this is. I hope we don't have to wait too long to find out. I am very excited. So, yeah, pro wrestling news, I agree. Interesting. Right, I'm going to show you this. This was Jey Uso talking away, right? We will skip it forwards.
With the super kick. I'm gonna catch this early flight back to the ATL, you know. Probably throw some on the grill, maybe. I don't know. You know, hungry, trying to stay off that red meat a little bit, some chicken. Usain ate
Clear.
you know,
Should just let him keep going. Like 45 more seconds. Keep going.
So that was some unseen footage, which I don't know if that was in the Roman documentary, but that's him like talking to Roman from obviously when they were together. And, you know, they finally kind of call cut and they all just burst out laughing because you could tell that Jey was struggling to kind of keep that going, you know? So love that. Roman was trying so hard not to laugh at Jey during this backstage segment. I miss them. So, yeah, that was fun. Unseen. So there we go. Eric, thank you. Oh, this is great. Love this. Yeah. So Kelly said, look at how this beautiful work of art. It's great, isn't it? Look at that. Look at that. Batman said, I've got these 2 tattoos dedicated to you. I love you, Cody. I'll send you an updated picture when I get the rest finished. It's killed it, innit? I mean, the logo looks done. It just, there's quite a bit of colouring in, I think, to be done on the Cody jacket by the looks of it. But it's come out really well, that. Looks brilliant. Brilliant. Yeah, right, Glenn, shout out to you. So the Riott Squad reunited over the weekend. So there's Liv, Sarah Logan, and Ruby Riott. And I heard Liv telling a story. She said that when she was in Riott Squads, Sarah Logan would fart all the time. And she said, like, you know, you had to be really focused and obviously you couldn't break character. And like, it was such a random thing for her to come out with. But she sort of did Sarah Logan dirty a little bit. Revealing that she would fart all the time. Right, and relationship status, right? So here, Covalent TV said Liv Morgan opens up on her relationship status. She said, I'm single. Big in it. I'm single. I feel like it's like, what are your priorities? Right now, my priorities are not to date, and it's to be the best I can be. I know I'm a little bit selfish with my time right now, and I don't want to give you my time and take away from me. So she said she knows she's a bit selfish at the moment. She's single at the moment, and she's not looking to start dating. I'd imagine there'll be quite the queue. And actually, it started here. She was doing an interview, and the dude that was interviewing her, like, got his mate on the phone, and his mate was chatting to Liv, and you can actually see him just, like, chatting away, like, so why aren't you dating at the moment? And they're just, it's really weird. It's really strange. Like, it's you're seeing a different side. You're seeing, like, her, like, actually talking to someone about why they're not dating and all this kind of stuff. It's like you're obviously seeing her and not her character in that moment, so it's a bit strange. But yeah, this is definitely an interview that if you're a Liv fan, you need to watch. I've not seen it, but I've seen some clips from it, and it certainly seems like, I don't think there's anything massive that if you're, you know, not that bothered about Liv, I don't think you've missed out. But if you're into Liv, I think there's a lot there that you're going to enjoy. And then here, look, we've got Kevin Owens with his wife at a Taylor Swift concert. So they went to see Taylor Swift, her Eras tour. So there we go. And then here, Chelsea Green and Matt Cardona had a day at Disney's Animal Kingdom. So that was 7 hours ago. They might have been there yesterday, of course, or last weekend. But 7 hours ago, Wrestling World CC put that up. And then we're going to end on this. So this is Natalya. She says, our hearts hurt. We lost 2 paws today. So this was a couple of days ago now. He's been so strong and brave battling cancer. And I'm so proud of him for how hard he's fought. I never had a cat as unique as him. And what I would say is that 2 paws had, like, merch. I think there's 2 Paws t-shirt, which was on one of her figures. Like, 2 Paws became a little bit well known. I don't know how, to be honest. I don't know if it was just on her Instagram and whatever, and just her talking about 2 Paws. But 2 Paws definitely became one of the most well-known pets, a bit like Pharaoh and Cody, you know. So obviously the sad news that Two Paws passed away a couple of days ago as well. So there we go. That's is a good clearing of the decks, to be honest. A bit of a weird episode, this one, because honestly, the stuff in here from like 4 days ago, 3 days ago, 2 days ago, a day ago, today, I didn't know what was in these folders anymore, so we've kind of had to go through it and do the best we can. But now that we're back up to date and up to speed, obviously we can start again, and hopefully we can do another Unseen after Raw, and that should be all the freshest news, all the freshest cuts, and should be back to normal. So a big thank you for all your support, your ongoing support, contacting me, sharing your thoughts, sharing your theories. It's awesome. It feels really exciting at the moment, and I think that excitement is going to continue as we head to King and Queen of the Ring. Thanks for watching. Appreciate the support. Have a good Monday, and I will see you again next time. Bye for now.